13 minutes to the top. Bubba, you look the part now, the notorious B.U.B.
Now listen, some of y'all might know this, and some of y'all
Go,
don't.
Bubba! Got his ribs like he likes it. Got his birthday cake.
But listen, let me clear my throat.
Bubba's birthday today, 3-9. Joining us, friend of the show, Shaun Alexander from the Seattle Seahawks. What's up, Shaun?
How you doing?
How have you been?
Man, I'm doing great.
Good to see you.
I mean, you let me tell you something. I know something on Shaun he didn't think I knew about.
I know it too, Rick.
Do you?
Yep.
Have you seen it?
Has it got to do with a little picture he made?
Yes, he does. I did not know, because I have not been getting Sports Illustrated for a long time. Undoubtedly, and when you start having children, I've got 4 children, so then relatives. I buy magazines, I guess, as fundraisers, and somebody put me a Sports Illustrated, which I appreciated.
Yeah, thanks.
And this year, probably in a cruel move, I took the swimsuit edition. It's different when you see it at a store than when it actually comes in your mailbox.
Right.
And so it was in my mailbox, and I handed it off to my single friend Kurt Jarvis, who played at Alabama also, as you know, Kurt. And I thought to myself, I thought I was doing a good thing for me, but what did I do to Kurt? You know what I mean? So then I felt
that was cruel, man.
I kind of felt bad about that. But I did not know that Sports Illustrated puts in players' wives and has them like do a hot babe segment. Look at my hot babe wife, and I looked through there, and there is Shaun Alexander with his beautiful wife. And I mean, now I will say this: she was the most conservative dressed one of the other pictures.
Definitely.
But a beautiful young lady, as we all know. But I mean,
somebody told us we wasn't looking through that.
How did that come down? Do you go home and go, honey, I want to ask you about something?
No, you know what? They actually called the house, Sports Illustrated did, and they asked us. Well, I have a TV show on Fox. That's how it all started. And actually we were a part of one of the shows. My wife was with me, and we did something on TV, and the people from Sports Illustrated saw her, and they asked us about it, and we were like, no, that's okay. And then they called back again, and they were just kept on calling. So basically Val said, well, okay, if we get to pick the pose, and I was like in the swimsuit.
Yeah.
So we basically, we made it where it could be fun, and everybody could see us.
Y'all's picture didn't come across as being. Now I'm gonna tell you what. Some of the wives said, "I tell you what, I'm gonna get as not that I noticed, because I'm just flipping trying to find Shaun's picture, but I'm gonna tell you some of the wives, and some of them are like, I didn't realize, like, who was it? Was it a picture for
Roger Clemens?
Roger Clemens' wife? Is she like a bodybuilder or something?
I think
My gosh.
Yeah, I think so.
So, but
my wife would have beat her up though. But I mean,
no doubt about it. And she looked beautiful, and like I say, it was a picture to be proud of. Y'all got it up at the house or something?
No, we
I'm talking about like you document. Here we were in Sports Illustrated.
No, we got the magazine, but we don't put
something in the office.
You know what? I've scored a bunch of touchdowns, and I've got most of the touchdown balls, and I had them all over the house. When I first got married, and
all that's over.
They're all in the closet.
Yeah, she made you put them up.
Yeah.
So that's how it is. Sports Illustrated, whatever.
Yeah, we just moved into a new house yesterday, and I've got my deer head standing by. But so far, everything's going up. It's not going up. I still see it.
I tell you what, you're going to have to find a good stud to put that one in.
Yes. As a matter of fact, I had a guy come up to one of our remotes and give me a bag full. He said, this is the only thing that'll hold that monster.
Yeah, you don't want an anchor on that one, one of them little plastic jobs.
Right, so we'll check on that.
Bucky could get loose.
Well, Shaun, welcome to Rick and Bubba's show. As usual, Bubba's birthday party today. I know you're a special guest. Now, he wants to believe you're not hawking anything. You just stopped by to say happy birthday.
That's it.
Yeah, so
look, you can hawk away. I don't care.
I know you got a charity golf tournament. I might mention that in passing, but I know you were coming anyway.
Yeah.
Just to wish Bubba a happy birthday.
I knew it was 37 plus 2, and
that's right. That's how Shaun counts.
That's right.
37 is the base.
That's it, plus 2, and I just want to come in there and be part of the celebration.
Well, how you doing?
Man, you are doing
still
great.
liking it out in Seattle?
Seattle's
toting the mail.
Seattle's
like
going good. It's like growing on me, I guess.
Is it really? Be honest.
I'm starting to like it a lot, but I still love Alabama, and of course I still love Kentucky, but Seattle is starting to grow on me a little bit.
You haven't been with us since we've been on TV on Turner South.
I know, because you see, I keep on looking around
Yeah,
like, what's going on here, you know?
Well, all your home folks in Kentucky are watching you, and you also hear us in parts of Kentucky, too.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's good. Well, hey, what's up, everybody in Kentucky?
And you got a few friends in Tuscaloosa, too. Of course, they've been listening for a while.
Right. Everybody's like, I heard you're going on TV.
He's also here to issue a challenge or something to us.
Oh, you guys don't want this.
This is a mistake.
You don't want this.
Look,
And I've already told him he
Not on
don't
my
want
birthday.
none.
I'm letting y'all know that, we've been doing our foundation little softball against the media
oh,
in Mobile.
Shaun.
And I wanted to get on TV and radio and let y'all be the captains of the new Shaun Alexander versus the Birmingham media.
You don't want none. You better wear
Sean,
a cup. Because it's
Sean,
coming
look,
hard.
I'm just letting y'all know.
This is your only hope. Is because now if the Rick and Bubba team was brought out of retirement 63-0, you might remember that team never lost.
I do remember that team.
But now if you want us to be on some media goob team, you might have a chance because there might be some sissies out there that we can't control.
Now, who's going to be on your team?
Well, there's always my captains is always the same. Me and Chris Samuels, and
Okay.
then we go
Wow,
pick.
I want to be on Chris's team.
really.
We go and pick some of my other friends through Alabama, the SEC,
Some of his
pros.
friends.
Yeah,
Some of the pros,
So
King
they're all
Griffey Jr.
athletes, so
No,
we have to... Okay, that's fine.
that's fine. Let me. Okay, call Jeff Fisher and that's how we play.
I don't have to call anybody.
Hmm.
We're not trying to play against. It's not about what you all do. Y'all have no say in this thing.
You just tell us where to stand.
Me and Big Chris are on teams again. It's over with.
So we'll talk about that. Let's talk about the golf tournament quickly as we get to break. The second annual Shaun Alexander Charity Golf Tournament, presented by the Orthopedic Center of Huntsville and Huntsville Hospital Sports Center.
Yep.
That's coming up on the 17th of April.
17th of April, yeah.
Canebrake Golf Club in Athens, Alabama, where you can hear us on the Rocket and watch us on Turner South. And you're going to bring some friends up to the tournament, and you can find out more by going to ShaunAlexander.org. That is SHAUN Alexander.org. And we'll tell you more about that when we get back. But you can go to that website right now. It'll benefit Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Limestone County, the University of Alabama National Alumni Scholarship Fund, and the Shaun Alexander Family Foundation, which does great work everywhere. So you can find out more. Go to ShaunAlexander.org, or you can call to be part of this tournament, 205-344-6615. 205-344-6615. We'll be back. Hang on.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba. Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
Top of the hour, the Rick and Bubba Show, 877 We Be Big. Shaun Alexander, our guest, was letting you know going to the break, the second annual Shaun Alexander Charity Golf Tournament coming up in Athens, Alabama at the Canebrake Golf Club if you want to be part of that. Shaun, some of the NFL friends coming. You got any commitments that you can talk about, or just, hey, keep going to your website for details?
Yeah, go to my website for details. I know Amon Green, and he plays with the Green Bay Packers.
I love the Pack.
Hey, we were high school All-Americans together, so I said, all right, I need you.
Well, you got to call in the favors now.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Well, we got some other stuff.
Well,
we
last
got
year your
coming
lineup was incredible, so if
Yeah,
it's anything like
yeah.
anywhere near that.
Yeah, it's going to be like that. I didn't want to say who's all coming because, basically I had it all written down.
So you left it? Did
We
you leave it?
understand.
Yeah, that's what my wife.
Well, you came for Bubba's birthday. You ain't about this. Yeah, we want to let
True.
everybody.
He got focused on the ribs,
Yeah,
and he
we-
forgot.
That's it. I know, and
Go
I can't
to-
believe I'm eating ribs this early.
Yeah, well, look, welcome home. This doesn't happen in Washington State, does it?
Sweet home.
ShaunAlexander.org is the website, and Shaun spells his name SHAUN Alexander.org, and you can follow that. You'll be part of the tournament. It'll also tell you how to be there for that event.
Hey, what's in Huntsville? 95.1?
The Rocket, baby.
Hey, well, tell all them people need to make sure that they understand that Huntsville Hospital Sports Center and the Orthopedic Center, they just did a great job, helping us put together this golf outing. And, it's going to be fun. It's going to be way better than last year. It's going to be awesome.
And then you got this softball thing you're throwing around in May. Well, and I don't even, and you've asked, for us not to bring our team out of retirement because you're scared, and that's fine. I understand that. I wouldn't want to get out there and it be my
Well,
game.
a lot of them work for media now.
Right.
That's the craziest thing.
Well,
about
that's
it.
true.
It's
A lot of those do
coincidental.
work. So we'll see. Because I know it's tough. You got your name on something right in front of Chris, you get it handed to you. You don't want that.
Sure, we don't, but like I said, we're not scared.
Well, that's fine, just as long as you realize most people probably there to see us. Just understand that.
Well, you know what? They can be there to see you all. And I will be excited there because you know what? I'll be there to see y'all get whipped. But anyway.
I brought that one back because of Shaun's great line when he played against Tennessee that time where he told that guy that his family had come to see him play.
Well,
that's one of the best, because I love trash talk. That's what I'm a huge fan, and that's one of the best ones. I use it now, if you don't mind.
By the way, Brooke just called and said, hey, thanks. She'll be at the golf tournament if you just forgot. J.D. Carr and her dad just called, and Brooke, from The Bachelor,
yeah,
she'll be there.
You know what? Yeah, I saw her dad in Huntsville,
yeah.
And she can come.
Yeah,
because my boy Mike, he ain't married, so
that's right.
He ain't scared.
Somebody said that.
Is he aggressive?
Huh?
Is he aggressive?
Yeah, we just jumped on my arm and on my back. I was like, do I know you? No, but yeah, he jumped right out there like we was family and stuff. So I just accepted it.
Somebody said J.D. Carr was a big Bama fan, but I didn't know that.
Yeah, rumor has it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's huge.
To the phones, the folks standing by with a number of comments. We'll start with Lee in Montgomery, listening to Alice 96.1 and watching on Turner South. Lee, how you doing this morning?
I'm fine. How are y'all?
We're great.
Good. Happy birthday, Bubba.
Thank you.
I just wanted to tell Shaun how much pleasure he gave us at the University of Alabama. I'm a big, huge Alabama fan, and he just never failed to thrill us. And also, I'm really proud of his career after he left Alabama. So many athletes have gone on and disappointed their home schools and kind of made bad names for himself. And he's just had a lot of class. And
no, Shaun.
Oh, okay.
That should make me feel good.
Right, okay.
He's just got a lot of class, and I appreciate the way he's lived his life since he's left the University of Alabama, and he's just made a great name for himself, and I'm proud of him.
Look, I know it's a big deal to be the starting tailback for the Seattle Seahawks, but have you met Frazier yet?
Thanks
a lot, know what? They moved that show to L.A.
Did they really?
Yeah, they just put the fake,
that needle thing,
yeah,
what is
the needle, space needle, yeah.
Look, people strange up there. I mean, the news we get here, it looks like some of them migrate from California up there.
Well, okay, a lot of people up there are really, really into nature. So, like, they walk a lot and they, eat twigs and stuff like that.
Well, that's good. I'm all for that. That's fine.
But there are some great people out there, though. So it just depends on, like, what part of the area you're in. Because there's some great people, and then there's some people that are kind of...
Would any of them eat ribs for breakfast?
No.
Okay, that's the bottom line.
That's what scares us a little bit.
Right.
I'm all for the forest. See, I mean,
sure.
we're
not? Who's
we're
against the forest?
conservationists. But, where they get all twisted up is you have to... you have to prune a tree or a bush or a vine to make it grow.
Or a person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and, the forest has to be pruned, and
right.
You have to do control burns so you don't have these monstrous fires that get out of control. And some people just seem like they've kind of lost touch, and they don't want to touch it. And then what happens, you have a lightning strike, and the thing will burn for 6 weeks and burn everything to the ground. I've never understood that concept of, we need to manage it. That means a little proactive, work on it every now and then.
Bring us to Washington State and let us have like some kind of conference and let everybody come out and let's see if we can't teach them about how it's done.
If I brought you two, they would run y'all out, then they would turn around and run me out for bringing y'all in.
Really?
This show would be huge in Seattle. Huge.
Speedy is lined up to hit the pinata right now, our Saddam Hussein pinata.
Oh.
He's blindfolded for Bubba's birthday. D is spinning him. So he can look.
What I feel like we're going to lose a broadcast window in this.
Probably
in
so.
this bit.
Don't hit D.
Remember what happened at Turkey Toss in Huntsville about 8 years. Oh, whoa, that's a pretty good hit.
Speedy, that's good.
He knocked Saddam off of the rope.
He took Saddam out quicker than the Marines are doing.
Of course, did you break it, or did you just knock it off there? It did not break.
Oh, Speedy.
That's all right, buddy. Hey, maybe Ryan can break it for us. Okay, thanks, buddy. Maybe Shaun, somebody.
Yeah. See if one of the kids can do it, Speedy.
Let's go to Snapper in Birmingham. Listen to Y94.5.
I think I
just knocked it off the rope.
Yeah.
But it's still intact, though.
How's the day going?
Hey,
Great, man.
We're good, buddy.
These Bluebird skies sure do make it nice, don't they?
Yes, they do.
It's a little different than Seattle, huh, Shaun?
Oh, it's totally different.
I hear you. Hey, I was calling. I played with a guy at Auburn named Heath Evans. He still plays for you guys at Seattle, right?
Yeah. Actually, Heath's like my right-hand man up there in Seattle. You know, we do a lot of stuff together.
Sure, and he's a super guy, equal to, if not more so than you, and a man of the faith and all those things. But I was calling to see what his status was, to see if the guys were going to let him play, because he was a heck of a player at Auburn. One of those guys that had a ton of heart, probably just a couple inches short, but regardless, a ton of heart, a lot of talent. And do you see him playing with you guys and contributing here in the next year or so?
Yeah, you know what? He's got tons of talent. You know, fullbacks are not supposed to be tall, so he's not short. Yeah, he's strong and he's fast and he can catch. So, all he has to do is get out there. You know, we've got Max Strong, who's been there like 10 or 11 years, and then Heath, who's been there too. And that's just sometimes the weeding process of getting the older guy out and finally getting your chance.
Yeah,
so there's no truth to the rumor he's moving to quarterback.
Right,
okay.
right,
no. Yeah, somewhere Ricky Waters is going, yeah, he's right about that.
Yeah.
Let's go to...
You know he's right.
Let's go to...
They're going to see him play.
Lenore, North Carolina. James standing by. James, how you doing?
What's going on, Bubba?
Buddy.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, sir. Glad to be here. 39 years, we've been blessed.
I'll be dang. Like I said, I watch your show on the Turner South Network. I don't have a station around me to pick it up, so I have to get up every morning just to watch you and Bubba, you and Rick, excuse me, on the TV.
Thank you. You know, one of the great things about it is that we got the internet feed back up, so even when the hours are not on TV, if you can get access to computer, you can hear it. And we're working on getting affiliates up your way. So just keep on keeping on and spread the word. We appreciate you, James. Now let's go to Brian in Athens, Alabama. Brian has a birthday message and possible gift for Bubba.
Good morning, guys.
Hey, Brian, what's up?
Good morning, Shaun.
Hey, what's happening?
All right, Don Juan is about to hit the pinata, too, and he is spinning out of control.
Yeah.
Well, he missed
D.
it.
Strike one.
Oh, my gosh, he's hitting the
D.
speed.
Oh, my gosh.
He's hitting speedy. Oh, he is. Yeah. Oh,
He just took out a call screener.
Speedy, okay. Speedy. All right, there he goes. He's still swinging.
Here goes our window.
Here comes watch out, Shaun.
Will that stuff shatter? Do you know?
He's
gone.
He's completely out of sight. He went down the hall swinging.
Somebody said it hit Jay Barker.
Brian,
Back up here, D.
Happy birthday, Bubba.
Thank you, sir.
I've been listening to you guys. I was diagnosed with epilepsy back in 2001.
Oh, my gosh, he almost hit the window. There he is. He's tearing up the dog. Look, he's going crazy. You don't get multiple hits. I mean,
Now, D, stop, D, stop.
He's got gates on it. All right, there you go. We got the stick away from him. All right, so Brian,
Brian, sorry that pinata broke out there.
Really?
That's fine. I'm having fun watching it.
Yeah.
Was diagnosed with epilepsy back in 2001, and you guys have helped me out a lot. I've watched your shows, listened to you on 95.1. And I wanted to do something to kind of pay back. And I heard Rick mention, I guess about a month ago, that he was wanting some Atlanta Thrashers jerseys.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I have hooked y'all up with some Atlanta Thrashers jerseys, getting them numbered now.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Cool, man.
Well, that's not necessary. You don't have to do that, but I'll give you our address.
Well, it's kind of a payback for what y'all helped me through a lot.
Well, look, you just being there is payback plenty.
It is.
We appreciate you being part of the Army, sir.
And I don't want to take away your joy of giving, so I'm going to take those jerseys. But
I kind of figured you would. That's why I got them.
Well, we don't want to rob you of that blessing.
You know, some people misunderstand. You can't take people's joy of giving away. That's not very nice.
That's very important.
So, Brian, thank you very much. And God bless you, and I hope you continue to do well.
Thank you very much.
They both want the number 37, by the way.
Yeah. 37. How in the world did you go, I want to be number 37?
You know, when I was in high school, I was always 44, like in those little grade school things.
Oh, sure. I was, too.
John Riggins.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that. But anyway, so when I got to high school, all the 40s were linebackers. So Coach told me to pick a number that when people see it, they would think of me. So the only two numbers I could really think of was 9 or 37. And then, that's when Notre Dame had just got off their little win streak, a long time ago. Yeah. And Tony Rice was their quarterback, and Ricky Waters was the tailback, and Jerome Bettis was there. Well, that's when I was, in junior high. And so I said, well, I know a number 9. I don't know a 37. So I picked 37.
Now people, though, are starting to wear it more. And you probably have had a lot to do with that.
They're rocking it. I'm seeing little kids come out 37. I'm like,
Hey, how's that? That's got to feel wild.
I think that's the coolest thing. Like, I think that's cooler more than seeing people like wearing my jersey around or wearing. Which keep on doing that. That's doing very well.
Yeah, you just don't picture me and Bubba wearing 3.7 though.
Yeah.
But anyway, maybe
Yeah,
maybe
but-
7.3.
Well, 'cause I
But I-
quarterback.
But I think the coolest thing is really just seeing like little kids. Like if you watch a Pee Wee game and you see like the running back wearing 37, you're like, that was not popular before I started doing that. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, well
It's a cool
you didn't
feeling.
see a lot of 37s.
Yeah.
And they're out there now. Well, Shaun, is he got to go? What's up? Are you got the media thing? You just hanging?
Yeah, you can stick around. We got Shaun Hannity we need to call right now.
Okay, all right. We'll bring another Shaun Hannity.
Damn Hannity.
Find out about Shaun Alexander's charity golf tournament coming to Athens, Alabama. At Canebrake Golf Club in Athens. April the 17th is the date. Shaun and his NFL friends will be there. It was a big hit last year. He says it's even bigger this year. Go to ShaunAlexander.org for all the information.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
We're back 18 minutes past the hour of the Rick and Bubba Show. Shaun Alexander, still our guest from the Seattle Seahawks. Shaun said he remembers this song when he was a kid listening to the radio. Made us feel good.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. We're gonna eat your cake.
We're eating cake, and there is some blue food coloring in it. Bubba and I do realize we have blue mouths, as Shaun does also. So if you're watching at home, Bubba and I are not. We haven't come down with some bizarre disease. It's birthday cake. And kids at home, if you don't brush your teeth, this is what they can look like. Speaking of Shaun, another Shaun joins us, Shaun Hannity. Welcome, Shaun.
Dr. Hannity.
I thought we were friends.
Yeah.
I thought we were buddies, and you guys don't call anymore. You don't check in. And all I read in the newspapers is you guys signed a 5-year, $99 million contract.
Shaun, that is not true.
And I read, one of you buys 700 acres to go kill Bambi.
Right.
And I read the other one's buying a house 8 doors down. Now, a lot of sense that makes.
Yeah, well, let me tell you, we moved yesterday. Of course, what's good, though, when we forgot things, we just went back down the street and got them and brought them back. So,
Which means you really like the neighborhood. You just needed more room.
Man, I can't believe the money you guys are making. It's
Oh, listen
unbelievable.
at you.
Shaun, come on now.
Listen at you.
Now, why are you all so ashamed about it? I read $99 million for 5 years each.
Let me say this, Shaun. If I had signed a $99 million contract, I would have a T-shirt with it on it. And I wouldn't care who knew.
Hey, by the way, happy birthday, brother.
Thank you. And Shaun, we just didn't want to call and bother you. We know you've been busy, a little bit going on in the
No,
world.
but I got to tell you, the last time I was with y'all, first of all, we had a great time when we were hanging out, and we went out to Ruth's Chris in Nashville.
That was a lot of fun.
Had a ball.
That was a ball. But I got the copy of the CD. Did I tell you all this? I got the CD when you called my house.
Yes.
And my
I listened to
and
that
my
2 days ago.
My housekeeper answered. I played it for my wife, and we were driving somewhere, and we played it. Literally, tears were flowing down our face.
Yes.
In that bit y'all did. And
It was
put
a
on your
bizarre
best
day.
We were wondering, and you heard that in the bit, since we couldn't make the phones work, would she ever answer your phone again? Because she's still thinking, those guys haven't
I
left their
tell her
messages.
all the time, answer the phone. But I mean, she's a wonderful woman.
Oh, yeah, she did a great job.
She's a wonderful woman, and she's been with us for a lot of years. And she's got a great family. And
you couldn't fly her in by any chance for Saturday night, could you?
what do you got Saturday night?
Sherry and I are trying to go to dinner, and when you have 4 kids, and it's hard to get people to come help.
Well, I thought you had what's her name who works for you?
Who, Peaches?
Peaches, yeah.
Well,
Rick fired her after she wouldn't put you through.
No.
And by the way, that really hurt my feelings, man.
Well, that was Blair and Karen, and she's gone.
A lot of people don't know. Shaun has tried to call the show, and our phone screener screened him out.
Right.
Did not think he was really Shaun Hannity.
Wow.
You're not really Shaun Hannity. Click.
Yeah, click. Yeah, that was Blair and Karen. No, we have not gotten rid of Karen. She's got a day job now and still works for us when we're on location. But
that right?
Yeah, Peaches is single. It's spring break. Have you ever tried to get a babysitter during spring break?
No.
Tough. Very tough.
Yeah, no.
Beach
spring
calling.
Break. You guys, I heard, just got back from a little spring break vacation too.
Took some time off. Of course, I spent the whole time moving, which
that's brutal.
Yeah, which meant
I just went to contract on a new house.
Oh.
I am dreading it with like it's like the worst day of your life.
Well, like last night, you find out things like the bed you bought, you don't know how to take it apart, and the movers go.
With all the money you're making, can't you have hired somebody to do that?
Well, Sherry and I, we get in our new house. We spent all this money. We're all excited. We slept on the floor last night because we did.
Come on, that brings back those old. When you got married, now, this is how we get old and set in our ways. When you got married. And if you were with your bride, and you were sleeping on the floor, it didn't matter.
You didn't care.
You loved it.
As a matter of fact, when Sherry and I, when she first met me, the house I lived in, that's all I had was a bed on the floor. That was it. So I said, "Hey, we're going back. This is old school right here, sweetheart."
My wife met me, and I had an apartment, and literally I had a $75 used couch in the apartment, and a $100 dining table, and that was it.
Oh, yeah, I had the same thing. I remember my mother called. I was just getting started in radio, and I was taking the job that would take me to work with Bubba.
Right.
And the local station there in town wanted to do a little story that I was leaving the local station and, going to the big city of Gadsden.
Right.
And to where I would join Bubba, and they came and wanted to do something at this, little I call it the Cracker Box Palace that I lived in. and my mother called and says, "Why did you get interviewed on that couch? Why were you sitting
go outside?
What were you doing on that couch?"
What were you thinking, man?
Yeah, well, look, it was a good couch, and I didn't know it. It took a wife to tell me that I needed things. I didn't know.
Isn't this? I got to tell you, but when you think about it, I can tell you when I started out, I was going in and out of college because I was running out of money. I remember buying $200 trucks to drive around in. I remember, when I bought a $350 car, that was like a big step up.
Oh yeah.
And I just bought an expensive car recently, and I paid cash for it. And I'm like, we live in the greatest, best country.
Oh, freaking brother.
And let me tell you something. And just one serious moment. What we see happening over there, and what has happened in 7 days, is literally an unprecedented military effort in spite of what the liberal media is going to tell you. These guys are rocking and rolling, and they're kicking some serious butt over there.
Well, I sit here in this room, Shaun Alexander, Sean Hannity.
Hey, Shaun, by the way, he's a terrific player.
He is, and one of the guys you can have your kids look up to and not have to worry about it.
Thanks, Rick.
And talking about you and Shaun.
Yeah.
Bubba, how about I want my kids to look up to you too. I really do. I don't exactly want to take on your dieting habits.
Sure,
but I want,
sure.
But or mine, but no other country in this world could we be doing what we do for a living and be able to live the way that we live.
But you know something, guys? I'm watching these guys over there, and I'm watching the pinpoint accuracy. If you would have told me a week ago, this all started a week ago last night when I was on Hannity and Combs.
Yes.
And we're on the air, and we got word that this thing had begun. And first of all, just from the opening salvo in this thing, you've got 2 different ships in 2 different seas, one firing a cruise missile hitting point X, second cruise missile from another sea fired from a ship hitting point X, leaving it wide open for an F-117A fighter plane to jump in and hit it with a bunker buster. I mean, this is warfare at a whole new level, and to be 50 miles out of Baghdad in that short a period of time, surrounding them from the north, the west, and the south, is just absolutely magnificent. We've got the bravest, greatest troops any force I've ever seen, and it's but now I got to tell you though, keep them in your thoughts and prayers. They got 3 or 4 very tough days ahead of them.
Yeah, they do.
It's a nasty briar patch. They're going to have to just get in there and clean it out.
My brother,
it's tough.
one of my older brothers is actually a staff sergeant in the military, and he's like gun-ho. He's like the coach that sent the kids out to go out there, and he's out there in California, and he's just gun-ho. He's telling me how proud he is of the guys because a great majority of the guys out there have somehow came through his group.
Oh, yeah.
And he's just charged. He's like, my boys are doing it. He goes, man, we're going to get this thing settled very quickly.
And we will.
It's an awesome thing knowing how, from the side of where your family is in charge and your family has some say in how people are getting trained.
Well, you tell him we said thank you.
It's an awesome thing.
Shaun, you can't see us. I hate that you can't. I have my Free Iraq shirt on this morning.
Oh, do you? You gotta send me one.
And I have my Marines Recon hat on, do or die, and Rick has his Special Forces hat on.
Yeah.
So
we've been wide open.
Hey, can you guys explain to me? We had Toby Keith on my radio show the other day, and I love his song.
How about Toby? Well, he'll give you a greeting, won't he? I mean, he's a big man and he's straightforward.
Yeah, no, Toby's awesome. I love Darryl Worley's new song.
Yeah, we've been
You
playing
did a great job with him, too, by the way.
Clint Black's got a new song out, but what do you think of the Ditzy Chicks?
Well, there you go. You had to bring that up. But it's, you know...
Yeah.
You know what, Shaun? I love this. I love this.
I'm trying to choose my words.
Well,
wow.
I love this spin where they're trying to hide behind the First Amendment. But see, what they've made a terrible business mistake because the majority of their clientele is from the Southeast. They're extremely conservative.
Yeah.
Right.
They support Bush overwhelmingly. And just from the email and, you know, what we've been following with the radio stations, I think they got a terrible PR problem.
No, I banned them. They're not on my show anymore. I'm not going to play the music. But let me tell you something.
But, I mean, sitting there
But here's what's
in
outrageous.
France making a comment like that.
Totally
and,
foul.
You know, and
Total
like we said, you know, you could probably stand up there with hair in your face, rocking back and forth, singing songs about your daddy don't love you, and you can make that comment. It might not hurt your career. But if you've got a banjo in the band, come on now.
Right.
I mean, that's not a good decision.
I saw where your buddy's planning a concert that will compete with theirs when they come to South Carolina and begin their American
Yeah, I saw
tour.
that. I'm going to see Charlie Daniels tonight. As soon as I get off the phone with you guys, I'm flying on out to Washington, and we're doing our radio show and TV show for there tonight. And in between, I'm emceeing an event for the Media Research Center.
Well, you know, they've forgotten, and we've said this a number of times, and we've had to explain it to people, which surprised me. Freedom of speech is one thing. Peaceful protest is one thing. Freedom of speech is absolute what we're fighting for. But you have to also understand with freedom comes responsibility, and there's repercussions to what you're going to say.
And listen, we all make consumer decisions. And,
Right.
and here's what's outrageous. These girls were on a European tour because of the success that was afforded them because of the generosity of the people of this country. Now, granted, I like their music, too.
Yeah, I do too.
I thought the Ditzy Chicks were pretty cool. But when you go on foreign soil, when your president is about to send our brave men and women into harm's way, and we're on the brink of war, and you attack them in that vicious manner, I don't want anything to do. I don't want to buy your CD. I don't want to play your CD. And as Toby Keith said to me the other day on the radio, he said, let them come back to a patriotic crowd. If they think they're real tough, if that's how they really feel, let them go to Texas Stadium. Let them go in front of a crowd in Alabama.
Oh, they've got a terrible PR problem.
You know, let them go to Nashville and go before a crowd of flag-waving, George Bush-loving Americans and say the exact same thing instead of kissing up to, you know, what they thought was the popular sentiment that they thought they can get away with in Europe.
Yeah, we said the same thing. If you really believe that, come stand and say that in the Southeast or the South in general.
They got a concert coming up to New York City. You guys have been in the EIB building.
Yes.
You know where I broadcast.
Yes.
I'm going to invite them up, and I dare them to come on my radio show and say it in front of me.
I would have more respect for them if they did it and went to an area where they know there's a lot of opposition and say, look, this is how we feel, you know. But understand, you know, you can say what you feel. That's your right. But there's going to be the response. See, freedom of speech doesn't just work one way.
But
your fans can tell you how they feel about it.
And I would have loved to have been backstage after the comment to see who would have been the first one to go, "Hey, Natalie, do you realize what you're saying?" Yeah, the meetings just started in Nashville immediately. Hey, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna control this?
Well, yeah, but that's what bothers me more than anything. Even the apology.
Oh, it was backhanded.
You know, it was written by some record label flack, you know, who's just trying to save, you know, this money machine that they got going on.
Well, Shaun, it's always a pleasure. Thanks for being with us.
Hey, listen, guys, I feel honored. I thought I was banned.
No.
We
We don't want to bother you. I mean, we're at war, man. We're depending on you to bring us the update.
Well, look, call us next week then.
You know, listen, I'm thinking, though, your station, we got to change the format.
Well, I mean, what do you mean?
Hey, that's him song.
All talk, all day.
Oh, I think
agree.
so, too.
Absolutely.
And I'm thinking Rick and Bubba in the morning,
Shaun,
Hannity in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Shaun, can you hang around one more segment? I feel rushed here.
Go ahead, whatever you want.
Have you got a minute? When's your plane leaving?
I got 10 more minutes.
Okay.
Look, I've got to ask you.
5 of it's going to be commercials in 5 minutes, and I'll get you out the door on time.
Okay, doke.
All right, stay on.
I've got to ask Shaun how he felt when he saw this POW.
Oh, my gosh.
That's when I would have backed everybody up 200 miles and turned the switch. Click.
We'll come back. We'll spend a few more minutes with Shaun Hannity of Hannity & Combs and the Fox Network. We'll be back.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
We're back 36 minutes past Shaun Hannity of the nationally syndicated Hannity radio show and Hannity and Combs, of course, on Fox.
Shaun, too, congratulations on being syndicated host of the year and your flagship station, WABC Station of the Year at the R&R convention.
Cool?
That is great.
We're very excited about it, and we're just, look, I love what I do. You guys love this business, and, it was a dream of mine when I started where you all were in Huntsville, Alabama, right next door, and,
Yep.
Look at the success you guys have had in syndication. It's unbelievable, and, we're good friends, and I'm happy for your success.
Well, I guess, what were your feelings when you saw the POW footage for the first time?
I tell you, there was one picture in particular where they had this animal. I mean, if you don't believe in human evil, you've just got to look at the face of this guy standing over the executed Marines. And then right next to the other guy, did you see that picture with that guy with that grin on his face? You just want to smack it right off him. You cry for these guys. I had on my radio show yesterday the mother of one of these helicopter pilots. And I just wanted to let her know. And she's a strong woman, a woman of faith, and she's like hanging in there real tight. And it's got to be real tough on her and her family. It breaks your heart. The only thing that really makes me feel good is that we're so close to victory. This is not going to be a long, protracted conflict. We're going to win this thing, and we're going to get in there and save these guys. And I have every belief we're going to do that, and I know these guys that are out there, they want their buddies back, and they're going to go and do everything they can do to make sure they get home safely. I also interviewed in the last couple of days 2 guys that were prisoners of war in the first Gulf War.
Right.
And while they were mistreated, they still got out. They still got, they got some beatings and stuff because these people don't respect human rights, or they don't have any dignity in them. These Iraqi soldiers. But I have every belief we're going to get these guys out of there.
I tell you what, Shaun, it just infuriated me. I was ready to give the call back up 200 miles and let's level this place. And I had to remember why, we're there to liberate. But I tell you, it just drives me crazy to see that kind of activity. But it does show the world how evil they are. I'm concerned about the way the media, the questions they ask, like at our briefings every day, because they want to know about the civilian casualties in Iraq, but they don't really go into all of this mistreatment that we see. You know what I mean? It just, the focus of some of this is and Shaun, we firmly believe that if you introduce soldiers, military equipment, hardware, whatever, to hospitals, preschools, mosques, whatever, you make it a military target, and the safety of our troops come first. If people are killed in that, it is Saddam's fault, not ours.
Look, we're singing from the same hymnal, guys, and I got to tell you, look at what we're doing. We had a picture that I showed on TV last night where they were trying to hide a tank under a bridge.
I saw that. Wow.
Did you see that shot?
No.
We aimed
the bridge
a cruise missile.
and hit it under it and blew it up.
We hit it. We went right under the bridge and blew up that tank. We have been feeding the people of Iraq. We've been giving them medicines and medical supplies, giving candy to the kids. I think we have been over to an unprecedented degree to avoid civilian casualties, what we call collateral damage. And we're doing everything possible to be honorable as you can be, but yet, liberate the 25 million people from this brutal dictatorial regime. One of the reasons you now see the Shiites fighting with us in the South is that, remember, Saddam and his henchmen are Sunni Muslims, and they're the minority in Iraq. And as the minority in power, they have been suppressing and brutalizing and torturing and murdering the Shiites for years and years and years, and that's why we're being welcomed with open arms. But I got to tell you something. This is a noble, righteous, and just cause, and we are those guys that are fighting for us, and those guys that are risking being prisoners of war, risking their lives, and some giving their lives, are doing so that when we find these weapons of mass destruction, those are the weapons that they never wanted to get on American soil to hit American cities, and they are, in every sense of the word, real heroes to us.
No doubt about it. And I want to thank you again for taking time to be with us. I know you're about to fly out. We'll be watching and listening.
All right, guys, we'll be on today, but we'll see you. We'll see you guys hopefully soon, and we'll get a trip together. When are you all coming back to New York?
We've got to get together somehow. You've come to our home, and we got to come back to yours. So we owe you one because you've been down to the South, and we all got together.
We'll get more pictures of Rick and Bubba behind the EIB Golden Mic.
We've got it blown up here on the wall.
Yeah, we got it up behind.
Great moment.
And you know, I want to compliment all the folks that work there at your network too. I think the first war they've ever covered, they have done an incredible job, and it's so great for the breath of fresh air to actually have balance now.
You know what? And the American people are finding it. I mean, and every night we're winning. So I mean, they're voting with their dials.
Well, appreciate
tell
you.
Alan, tell Alan we said hello and get a brain.
And tell your wife how much we.
Alan, Rick and Bubba say hi and get a brain. Okay,
just mention that.
And tell your wife that we said hello, and your family. You're in our prayers, and we appreciate what you do.
And we hope she wins the tennis match.
Yeah.
How did you know she was playing tennis?
And Shaun, don't let your heart be troubled.
Let not your heart be troubled, my friend.
All right, God bless you.
Keep it up, bro.
We'll be back. All right, we're back. 13 minutes to the top. Shaun Alexander is our guest. He's been visiting this morning, too, because of Bubba's birthday. The second annual Shaun Alexander Charity Golf Tournament presented by the Orthopedic Center and Huntsville Hospital Sports Center. It'll be in Athens, Alabama, April 17th. Shaun will be there with some of his NFL friends. And go to Shaun Alexander. Shaun is SHAUN, Alexander.org. He's here for Bubba's birthday. We have a Saddam Hussein pinata.
Yeah.
No one has been able to burst it. Speedy has knocked it off the rope. D went crazy, nearly killed everything we had.
Rick, how about this, too? I just got an email that says there's a gentleman, he's a military chaplain named Bob O'Neill. He's a graduate of the University of Alabama, expecting their first child. They are currently stationed in Japan, and they have named their first child Sean Patrick O'Neill in honor of Shaun Alexander.
Does he know this? Did he hear that?
No, he didn't.
Gosh, that's a shame, because that would have really meant a lot to him. He does. You got to admit
Rick,
that.
Not enough time for that. We've got to hit the pinata.
Did he hear that?
Seattle Seahawks starting tailback Shaun Alexander.
He did hear that, by the way.
Shaun, how about that? Somebody named their kid after. They're spinning Shaun around.
Look,
God,
how about this? Even NFL starting tailbacks look funny when they're blindfolded and you spin them around.
Oh, I know.
They're a little unsure of themselves.
Yes,
you know it?
Yes, this is, oh my gosh. Here he goes. Oh, he missed it.
Oh, wow.
He really
Strike two. Strike two, Shaun.
And he's got that face on because he's so competitive.
I know.
Oh, he's trying to figure out where it is.
No touching, Shaun.
Right in the face. There it is!
Oh, what a shot!
Right. One more time! Again!
Hey,
right in the face.
T-ball league, good shot.
Hey, good shot, T-ball. Oh! Let me hit it good, too. Oh, right to the face!
Right through the eye.
Right through the eye.
Wow.
How about let's give it up for Shaun Alexander? Man, that wouldn't work. Hey, how about this, Shaun? That'll get it done. Special report, Bubba, for your birthday, too. Look at that. Right through the eye. That's for your brother. And now, Roger Lewis in unprecedented. We didn't know he was on location.
Morning on WABC.
950. You know, if you're a high roll like Mark Simone.
Look, we're on hold.
Curtis and Kuby.
Right through the face.
That's good, Shaun.
That's a good shot.
When Roger Lewis is ready, he must be at WABC because I'm on hold there. Shaun, that was great. I mean, look at that, right through Saddam's eye. God, that's good right there. I like you just went with a spear top.
You know what? I shot a couple bombs.
Well,
Shaun, do y'all have like a little Seahawk bark or something you do? I mean, what kind of sound do y'all make, the Seahawks? Don't y'all have a little...
Yeah, if I
we was going to give you something when you did that, and I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, if I could critique you a little bit, I'd like to see a little more from you in the end zone.
You know what? Last year, well, no, it was 2 years ago when y'all came out and y'all really like worked the big woman break, and I brought it out full. But I didn't come last year.
I know. But when we had the big girl deal, that was something.
Yeah, that was kind of sweet. Y'all need to give me something new because, you know.
Can I tell you one of my favorite throwbacks? And I remember Elmo Wright doing his dance in the end zone. I mean, he started that. Remember for the Chiefs?
Oh yeah.
And but Billy White Shoes Johnson had one of my favorite where he'd do like he was throwing it and roll it down his arm, and he'd catch it on his back. That was nice.
Here's one. We'll call.
How about Billy White Shoes Johnson? Was he? How entertaining was he?
We'll call this one the rib. Shaun scores. Look, he scores like that. Takes the ball and picks it back. He goes. Like he just ate up some
Look, how
yard.
about this? Look, call it the rib. Look, here it is. Work it side to side. Look at it.
I like that.
Like, you just been eating up the yard.
Yeah, I'm just killing it. I like that. You'll see that.
So you will do that?
You will see that.
Drive an emotional roller coaster that oftentimes makes little or no economic
I'm on
sense.
hold.
We at David Lerner
I'm on hold.
Associates don't believe this is the way to build a strong financial future. For tens of thousands
Mass
of investors,
confusion in New York today.
there
I got
is a
2 minutes,
better
all I
way.
got.
We believe the stock market should make for interesting dinner conversation.
I'm loving
but should
Speedy's
not make for
situation.
That is so funny.
If you
Roger.
agree, call.
Hello?
Roger!
Good morning. I'm sorry. It is pandemonium here in New York City this morning. Rick and Bubba.
Good morning, Roger.
Good morning. Thank you so much. I can barely hear you with all of the ambient noise going on behind me.
What's going on?
I'm sure you can hear.
Yeah, we hear it, Rod. We really
Thank
have
you
to
so much. I'm glad that you noted that there is a background ambient noise. Maybe if we keep talking about it, somebody will actually believe it. I did want to mention this morning, fellow New Yorkers, commuters, and a Japanese double Dutch delegation were stunned this morning as literally thousands or so peace protesters laid down in the middle of a popular tourist attraction here in Midtown Manhattan.
Where were they, Rod?
I did want to mention that, yes, they're here in Rockefeller Center. You may know that as the home to the popular shows of NBC.
Yes, that is correct.
That is correct. It is anarchy here. I did want to mention, too, that authorities in riot gear have been called to the scene to disperse the disturbance. I haven't seen this public disruption this large since the last time Whitney Houston flipped out in public. Don't forget, crack is whack.
The 20 seconds.
I am seeing a lot of folks with crack is whack. These protesters' signs this morning, if I could make out one of them, I see one here, give peace a chance. I also see, as I'm looking across the sea of protesters, no war in Iraq. Also, I see one here, Dick Cheney likes to wear women's clothing. I don't know what that means this morning. I did, however, learn that it's being widely reported, Rick and Bubba, that the protesters are upset about the war. Now, that seems to be the general feeling here.
Yes.
However, I have learned that this may not be true.
Hang on, Roger, hang on.
Apparently, we're getting some sort of...